But talking about that a little bit, so sometimes the road doesn't pan out how we would plan, right, or how we envision it, but it's still, you had a successful career. You got to play. You got to play in Aloha Stadium. You got to play all of these different schools, travel all over. And I do remember, we working on, some things here and there, getting you ready and stuff, and then you had your pro day and getting drafted and things like that. But what's your take on that whole experience of trying to go to prepare for pro day, trying to talk to teams, trying to just do whatever you can to get a shot?
I look back on it and I can kind of like just pick it apart. The way I went about it, right? And I could have done this and I could have done that, but really it was just at that point just still chasing the dream. I think at that point in my career I maybe lacked that undying confidence that I talked about existed when I knew I was going to get a scholarship. That wasn't quite there anymore because there were doubts, a lot of doubts in my mind. Why would a team draft you if you didn't start any games your senior year? Why would anybody pick you up if you don't have an agent representing you? Because no agents were knocking on my door saying, hey, we'll help represent you, we'll help pay for your training. So I knew I was gonna have to pay out of pocket to do all of my training, all of my preparation. So I was like, well, maybe it's best for me to come home, live at the house, eat mama's cooking, and then train with guys like you who I know have been taking care of me for a long time, and that would get me in a position to be, at least my body, be as prepared and tuned up as I possibly could be. And I had a great training process. I mean, I don't think I've ever been in such good shape in my life, but I didn't take the time to do as much research as I should have done, and preparation in as a factor of that, to really understand, okay, this is how pro day is gonna go, right? This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna do this exercise and then this exercise and then this test and this test and this test, and how all of those are gonna have to play into each other, and the fatigue that sets in after each of those tests. So I was in great shape and I was prepared to do each of those tests individually. Great. I mean, everything that I had tested out as far as my vertical and my bench press and my 40, I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna put myself in a position where if there's enough eyes out there, somebody's gonna potentially take a shot because I have some film, I have some work product on the field, and I'm gonna put together these great numbers. But that didn't end up panning out the way that I had hoped. I had the eyes because I lucked out, and Josh Allen was my quarterback in college, and we had the same pro day. And these 30 teams, 250 different scouts and GMs and agents and coaches were here at the pro day to watch Josh Allen. So they watched all of us do our tests as well. So the platform was there. The limelight was there, the stage was set, but the preparation factor, really didn't play to my advantage and didn't work out how it should have. And if I would have, done a better job of knowing, how things were going to play out, I kind of shot my shot completely on the bench press, which is one of the first exercises that you do. For somebody that was going as a safety, I think I did 19 reps of 225, which is pretty good, compared to other safeties in the draft. But I wasn't prepared to try and run a 40 after exerting myself that much on the bench press. And I remember thinking after my first run, why don't I have any power? Why don't I have any drive? It feels like I'm dragging my legs. And it took years for me to look back on it and be like, yeah, you killed your legs on the bench because you weren't training to bench and then run immediately. So preparation is everything. And having people that you're training with who have taken guys through the process before and have seen a million pro days and know exactly what the format is going to be like to be able to prepare you to be able to do so. I had done all the individual pieces, but I didn't do enough to actually put it all together.
Yeah. Yes. And, you know, that's a good learning process for everybody because, I mean, you know, for you, like you didn't have one area, you were doing training with a lot of great people in the community, right? But not all at one time or, you know, replicating the demands of a pro day, like you said. But also, you know, doing it on your own too. It's hard. It's hard for anybody, but, you know, you coming straight out of college and things like that and, you know, not having someone that can coordinate all of this for you, it is definitely hard. But I mean, without saying that takes nothing away from, you know, all of the lessons learned from your college career, all the great things that you did. It might not have panned out exactly how you would have wished, but still, you got to play Division I college football.
Absolutely.